Hey, we know it's been a minute since we last updated you, but it has been a crazy busy season for us. We have an anniversary service this Sunday along with a pastoral succession. We have moved houses. My dog died. We've had trouble with our cars. That might sound like a country song, but we've had groups, more meetings than anyone enjoys. But it's been good, and the work continues strong. So let's jump into the update and try to get you caught up.
Yeah, so we'll start with what's happening this weekend. We are celebrating, our church is celebrating 21 years. It's 21st anniversary of EBIM, and we're excited. Sunday will be a wonderful celebration of just what all God has done in our lives, in the life of the church over the past 21 years. What we always do is at the end of the summer, because our anniversary is the beginning of August, that last week is also VBS. And so usually this week is very crazy with VBS. We just had VBS. It ended last night. Between 130 and 150 kids, and then more than 30. It was crazy and loud.
Organized chaos.
Oh yeah, because it was organized because we had 30 to 40 EBIM members that were just serving in all sorts of things, whether it was snacks, bathroom duty, moving the kids from one end to the other, like the games. Yeah, and so we had a wonderful time just seeing everybody come together and work. And then it's going to end, this week ends with our church anniversary. And this church anniversary is going to be really special, and it's also going to be very historic.
Yeah, we'll do the typical things of singing extra songs, have video, reflections, things like that. But it's also very special, and it's historic for the church, because this Sunday marks the official handoff of the senior pastor position from me to my assistant pastor, Carlos Rijo, someone who has risen up through the church leadership. He served as a deacon, president of the deacons, also my assistant pastor. He graduated from our seminary. He's been a wonderful second man assisting me for several years. And last year, I just sensed that God was saying it was time for me to hand it off to him. The ministry has grown to a point where sometimes I kind of felt like I wasn't able to concentrate in either area. I mean, we have all these different ministries, and we have the property that needs to be developed. We also have the church, and so here's Pastor Carlos as being prepared. And as a missionary, you're always looking to that day of being able to hand off. And we've been preparing for this for years. Last year, it became very clear to me in my time with the Lord that the time had come. And so that set up a series of meetings that led to February, me announcing it at our church annual meeting. And a few weeks later, they voted more than 91% in favor of Carlos Rijo to become our next senior pastor. And so I am so excited for him. He has a great character. I look forward to him being my pastor. And he's greatly respected by our people. He understands and preaches the word very well. He's been faithful in leading ministries that have grown. He's faithful in his walk to the Lord. And so I realize this might catch some of you off guard. And if you want to know more about kind of what was in my mind and heart about this, I've prepared a video especially for that. And so it should be a little pull-down tab, and you can click on that and hear more about that. But this Sunday marks that official transition, and I'm excited. Now listen, we're not going anywhere. The church will still, we are local church people. It will still be our base of operations, and we'll still be doing a lot of the same ministries we're doing. Yeah. I just won't have the responsibility of leading the whole church. Pastor Carlos can do that, and I can lean into some of these other aspects of development of the rest of the ministry. And so I think we're actually stronger, and that was one of the points that I brought out to the church. We're actually stronger, and this is healthy for this to happen.
And in the meantime, we're still faithful in leading our couples small group, and that has grown as well.
Oh, yeah.
We're maybe 7 or 8 couples consistently every week.
It's not so small anymore.
No, it's not a small group, and it's and 4 different nationalities, and then several different age groups. It's definitely a multi-generational small group of couples that have been married just a short time, and then the more seasoned people who have been married.
Are we seasoned?
I think so. I think we're well done.
I'm salty.
So, yeah, a little bit, but we've been married a long time, and we celebrated 24 years. We've been married 24 years this year, and so, but it's our small group is just a wonderful time. Every week we get together with them, and then some of them were actually at VBS leading and serving, and you see them serving in different parts of our ministry. And
we actually had to cancel small group because they'd been serving for 3 days of VBS, and so we thought, that's great. They need a break.
They do need a break.
But
and
what a blessing to see them serving.
And since it's July, I don't know if anybody realizes how hot it is here in the Dominican Republic.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So.
Well, another thing about that small group is, we've been having it in our home in town, but then we moved out to the property. And so we've had to go back to the church, and we've actually had more people coming to the church office. And so we're just all crowded around, and we're just having a great time, in that small group. So we'll still be doing those things, that small group, discipleship. Allison's still leading the Mercy Workshop Ministry. None of that changes. It has been a transition, though, living outside of town.
Right. So we just moved this spring. We moved from inside the city to outside the city onto the property. Gary and I financed a small wing attached to the hosting villa. It's 1,200 square feet, just enough room for us. And and so we've just been ready. We've just been serving from here. We live out here now, which is beautiful out here in the country. I'm a bit of a city girl, so I haven't gotten food delivered out here. I can't convince anybody to drive 20 minutes out of the way to bring me a Diet Coke or anything. But we love it. It's quiet, but it keeps us connected to the property development. And then I'm personally connected with the women that are living on the property at our Paloma resident house. Yeah. And so it's been a wonderful transition of ministry.
Yeah, it's tricky because we have to now coordinate. We've had problems too with our car. Driving a classic Toyota Highlander 2001. Vintage. Well, we've taken it to the mechanic like 5 times. He's liking us right now. But we're trying to get this thing fixed. But anyway.
Getting used to
getting used to the schedules, and you have to run home, you have to run back, those types of things. So we're not just living out on the property and that's all we're doing. We haven't retired out here, but we're based out of here as far as our home life, and then going in the city doing a lot of the ministry, and then still doing a lot of the ministry here. Another personal thing that I would just share with you is that my dog died in July 1st. Roxy was such a great dog. Had her for 9 years, a little bit more than 9 years, and she would always grab a squeak toy when I'd start talking ministry at 7, 8 o'clock at night, and she would just start squeaking. And the more intense I would get, the more intense she would get, and then I would realize what was going on, and I would just laugh.
Yeah, I've tried that since, like grabbing a squeak toy when he starts talking ministry.
It doesn't work quite the same, but we're thankful for her, and we've got her daughter Rolly's still with us, and so we're enjoying the property in this transition, and just enjoying what God is doing. We're really at a high point in the whole ministry. This is not stagnant, and it's not going downhill. It's going forward, and so all of this, they talk about the stresses on a life, a move. A change in job, car trouble. I feel like we've had a whole bunch of those in the last 6 months, but we just really rejoice in what God is doing. And so we want to say thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your financial support. We just got another $10,000 sponsorship into the villa. Man, we're hoping to have $40,000 more. If we can get that in, we can complete the first floor and be able to start getting our groups in there that come, and then also use it for retreats and other things, which we've been able to do already, use it for some activities. So just continue to pray for us, and thank you for your patience. We have been a little bit long in not being able to give you an update, but that's just because there's been so much going on, so many changes in our life. But it's good, God's good, and this Sunday we're going to celebrate His goodness in these 21 years. So we look forward to updating you in a shorter amount of time.
Yeah,
in a couple
shorter.
months.
Keep it short.
We'll get back to you. Hey, God bless you.